The Conscience of a Liberal by Paul Krugman. The main message is growing inequality is not simply the result of technological change or globalization, but is the product of political values and decisions which can be reversed. The New Deal did more than create a middle class society. It also brought America closer to the democratic ideals by giving working Americans real political power and ending the dominant position of the wealthy elite. Liberalism, in other words, isn't just about the welfare state. It is also about democracy and the rule of law. He described it as a land of vast inequality in wealth and power, in which a nominally democratic political system failed to represent the economic interest of the majority. There was also a strong anti-government ideology. Taxation was evil, the market was always right, and centralized government was painted as a European plague. True living standards were rising. Krugman admits that there was a vast improvement in the quality of life in many areas in the period. Yet most Americans' lives were marked by economic insecurity. If you fell ill, were disabled or lost your job, or if you grew old without children to support you, you would face poverty. There was no safety net because taxation was very low. The wealthy paid only 1% of income compared to 20% today. So why, Krugman asked, was not there a lot more political demand to help the worse off? In 1910, 14% of adult males were not eligible to vote because they were non-naturalized immigrants, and of course, Southern blacks. The result, a quarter of the population, pretty much the poorest quarter, were cut off of the political process. It was only the election of Franklin Roosevelt in the depth of the Great Depression and his New Deal, including the Social Security Act of 1935, providing for federal unemployment and old age insurance, that made America less unequal. The New Deal, Krugman argues, brought America closer to its democratic ideals by giving working Americans real political power and ending the dominant position of the wealthy elite. But income growth during the Reagan, Bush and Clinton administration did not come close to that enjoyed from World War II to the mid-1970. Krugman points is that while the Great Depression still looms large in the collective memory, the Great Compression, when America created a great middle class and rapidly decreased inequality, with much credit to government action, is now forgotten. Despite the increased intellectual influence of the right, thanks to generous funding of conservative think tank, Krugman cites data showing America shifting to the left on a number of issues. The US is not in fact a conservative nation, he argues, or even a center-right one, but center-left. This new political reality has been driven by immigration. Most new immigration are Hispanic or Asian and feel no connection with the anti-state ideology of neo-conservatism, and being non-white,